Hey everybody, welcome to yet another stream about yet more Sandbox stuff. Because that's a lot of what we do here on this stream. Not the only thing, but has been mostly lately. Which is fine, because Sandbox is a pretty exciting project, I guess to say the least, right? So, and as always, Wicked Keeper, great to see you here first thing. And just kind of a point of trivia, you guys have some of the most tickets right now. I'm in the process of aggregating all of the different winnings for the past almost 2 months now, and I'm getting that sheet ready to start sending those NFTs out to you guys, and so that way we can, progress naturally as these things are able to be redeemed. Um, and that's cool because it's working out like I had hoped, really. Um, so, because I wanted to see, those who are here all the time, like yourselves, reaping a lot of the benefit, you know, and that's what's going to be cool. So, um, yeah, it's been amazing how many times you've won Keeper. Basically, is what I'm seeing so far. I haven't gotten into Noble's numbers yet, but eventually I'm going to have some kind of fun statistics on all of this. You know? So we'll find out exactly how many tickets have been claimed, won, who has the most wins in that sense, stuff like that. So that'll be fun. I mean, let's put it this way: if we do some raw calculations here, um, like there might, okay, I'm kind of looking at the tiers, right? Um, and okay, if one voxel ticket is worth a voxel item, so that means these tickets are probably going to be worth anywhere between like a 3/4 of a sand to like 1.5 sand each, and the very least, if not like 5 sand, because I'm also taking into consideration the price of sand's probably going to go the fuck up. So I'm trying to think of items like they're going to get minted within a certain thing. But at the same time, like there's going to be a multiplier on that. I'll figure it out at some point. So like if you have like 10, or probably, let's just say for sake of ease right now, 10, there'll be somewhat of a quality jump at that point. So, hey, woke zombie, Noble, just chatting with Wicked U2 and Keeper Top Shot here about the ticket system that I'm working out here. You guys obviously have a lot of these tickets coming to you as well. And so I was saying, like, how in the very least, you can kind of think of these tickets being pretty damn near close to worth like around one-ish sand. I mean, when all said and done, because if you're going to be able to exchange it for an item, and on this quote-unquote lower tier, it might be something, these items might be like 1 to 5 sand in the market or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm also trying to consider the price of sand might go up, but at the same time, I can always just stop selling that and then relist it. Because I'll get into this a little bit later on the stream, but I noticed they updated the the sales back end for the marketplace, and because as you guys know, I have an item there. And before the GMAE show, going over things with Conrad, I'm like, whoa, hey, that's like right in front of me right now, in terms of some of the controls for that. So that was kind of neat. And Conrad, I don't think has necessarily seen the back end for like you could call us a vendor in that sense in the marketplace. But I wanted to peck at the plurality thing, because I know this one doesn't have that long of a time frame on it. So, and then I want to peck at the other the Creator Fund stage that revamp that I wanted to do to make it a little more efficient. And then I don't know, we'll get into other stuff. So that'll be cool. And of course, feel free to chime in on anything that you want to, or if you want to chat about something, feel free, let's get the conversation started. Let me make this one a little longer. I'm also going to make it wider. But yeah, those of you who were able to hang out with us on the GMAE show today, thanks for hanging out and, be able to be there with us, with Maddox and I, on our first, GMAE debut. It seems like everyone likes these. I mean, I dug the fact that like how Half Dorked and Gold were on. I mean, I thought that was really fun, and I'm curious to see who else will be on. I'm sure it'll be a good show. So it's fun that Conrad had that idea of, hey, let's get some people on there, our streamers, our builders. That's a little fucking big, but that might not be a bad thing. I might have to make these like a different color for now, but I kind of don't want to have to go back and then change all the colors back, So hopefully everyone has got their Playboy entries submitted if you're going to do so. I think, what is it? Okay. Like there's a handful of hours left on that entry if I'm not mistaken. Because usually it's in the morning UTC. And it is the morning UTC, but usually like 3 p.m. UTC or something like that. Oh, you haven't checked out the GMA yet? Nice, wicked. We're all applauding for you here. Oh, just point of trivia on the GMAE, I was on camera, so. So take that for what it's worth, I guess, But yeah, a lot of fun. It's always fun hanging out with Conrad in general. He's a real chill guy. Oh, you're trying the riddle? Yeah, it seems like it's pretty popular. A lot of people on it. Good luck. Like I said, I knew I was not going to be able to commit the time, effort, and energy needed to contend for that one. And like I've been saying, I will probably be on camera more. I'm thinking like doing something like FaceTime Fridays or something, where it's like I'm not always doing it, but I can if I want to, or if it just seems like that kind of stream. I'll have the option, but at the same time with some kind of regularity. And so like maybe like Friday streams, I'll pretty much be on camera unless like I don't know, something's just really not right or something. So gotta up the production value here, Especially after a GMAE appearance, I gotta, Gold and Half Dork with their production. It's like fucking premiere, Obviously it's not a competition, but it's just really more like it helps all of us look better in the community in that sense, the more polished we are, You're exhausted though. Yeah, I mean that looks like it's a very, very difficult riddle. So, but yeah, I'm definitely happy. I think I speak for a lot of us here that we're very happy that you're feeling better woke. And yeah, just don't go too crazy on the alcohol right away, But the plus side is, more than likely you're going to need less to get wasted. So it probably won't be as big of an issue, really. You'll be like, holy fuck, I'm fucked up. This is only beer 3, you know? So at least you have that to look forward to. I've seen some of the Plurality entries are coming in already, which has been pretty fun. Okay. It still sounds like a Mortal Kombat thing to me, though. You know what I mean? Plurality. You know, a bunch of duplicates of the character pops up on screen and shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna get more intricate, but I'm gonna save that till later. Yeah, looks like it needs to come out a little bit still here. I kind of want to change to like a more manageable color right now, but at the same time, I don't want to have to go back and change these later. It's tedious. It is kind of a bullshit excuse, but you know what? It's a contest, you know? So, okay, too much. Alright, maybe we're not using this size block. Maybe we're using a new size block. So I say I'm trying to go, like, you kind of have this sort of transition of blockiness in that sense. You know, how the painting there has a lot of detail, fairly high fidelity in that sense. I want to kind of blend it with this sort of lower resolution, you know. Hey, it's Holly. Welcome. Oh, thank you very much, and an honor to have you here, of course. And yeah, be sure to thank Conrad for me once again for the opportunity to be on GMAE, and that was really fun. It's always fun hanging out with you guys, though, in general, be it online, offline. Always good times. Today we're looking into doing another contest entry. Plurality. And of course, I think all of us know you very well, Holly, so I'm not sure if a shout out will necessarily get you another follow right now. I think we're all following it. So, it's usually how it goes. 2 a.m. here. It's like the attendance ramps up as the hour goes on. More and more people wake up. Kind of looking like what I want to kind of anchor in next, so to speak. You know, might be the corner. That's cool by all means. Huddle Hill, you know, just sleep and lurk and sleep. All good. That's what's so fun about Twitch, I think, how you have this wide array of listeners in that sense too, almost like watchers and listeners, should I say, because it's almost like a blend of video and radio, because I've noticed there's a significant portion of the audience who are mostly listening to the stream. They're not necessarily watching the stream. So that's something I find kind of interesting. Alright, this is going to be the next one, the smaller blocks. Okay. How big are you? Cool. Okay. entry thing. So I didn't really nail down the naming conventions on my assets here yet, but you know, we'll see if I end up changing that or not. But I do like the high art sort of nature of the plurality entry so far. Some people just really just crank that out, man. They just did not want to wait. Like, I got the idea, go. But I know this is all kind of like pre-game warm-up to next week. So, hope we're all ready. Do some playing. And it'll be fun too, because now besides marbles we can do some other in-game stuff like the hide and seek, and for those who are really into it, the parkour stuff too, of course. Hey, Boxmaker Mark, welcome. Working on the plurality entry right now for a little while before I get bored of it and then move on, or just whatever. You know how it goes. Like, while this is a how-to kind of stream, like, I'm not necessarily too strict on the flow and format, as you guys know. I'm just like, alright, let's do this now. I'm tired of that. And yes, everyone very much loves and appreciates you, Holly. Like I said, it's an honor to have you hanging out with us here. It's like honored to be Hollow Hills, you know, nighttime talk radio, you know. Happy to be your morning sandbox fix for the rest of you. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you know. Your cheerleaders against COVID, like how we saw with Vogue Zombie, you know. But yeah, it's definitely good to hear that didn't linger too long for you, Zombie. And we're doing voxel shit, you know? Thank you very much, Oliver. I could do the K hype thing right now, you know? He's like, woo, you know, and the noise suppression cuts off most of it, and all we hear is, you know? Happened on Blaze games too. You know, they go back some Blaze, and like sometimes cuts out. We're just kind of laughing about that on stream today. But yeah, so we like being your cheering section against COVID. Well, because what we're saying, you know, whatever function this stream helps to serve for you, that has you all returning, which I very much appreciate, of course. Whatever it is, happy to do it. Happy to do it. Oh man, it's gonna be fun to make this shit move. I want this to, when in the game maker, it kind of fucks with your eyes a little bit. It makes it look almost holographic. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't know if I'm gonna achieve it, but you know, I'm gonna try. And I'm curious to see who's going to be streaming after me today, if anyone. Worth mentioning, PixinVox has been doing an interesting experiment on his stream with the Sandbox, where he's using the ability to do the Twitch plugins to have user commands to play Sandbox games that he's made, or him and his team have made. And really fun idea. You know, so he has little launcher games going on and stuff like that. And so if you see that stream up and there's like nothing going on in the stream, that's because he's left it up and he's letting people play his sandbox. So it's a pretty fun experiment, I thought, at the very least. But yeah, it's been kind of a streaming whirlwind here for me. Just everyone's been inviting me on, because yesterday Rufu went live around the same time GMAE was on, and he wanted to go over the season 3 announcements and some of the other news, and so I was in the chat just going, all right, it's emu time. Or actually, I went emu time, because like a lot of the Aussies think it's funny how Westerners say emu, which is, a lot of them say emu, and I was like, yeah, no, I remember how the pronunciation goes. And then he's like, hey, you want to come on the stream and we could chat about this? I'm like, sure. And so, we were there chatting for a while. And then it wasn't like I had too much heads up on the GMAE today. It was like late this afternoon. It was like, oh, be on GMAE. I'm like, yeah, sure. It's kind of how it's been going lately. I mean, kind of hard to turn that offer down, right? But it would be fun to do something similar, like how Joe's gone. I can only imagine how in depth some of those shows can be. You know what I mean? Like, so like Max and I, Gold and Half Dork. If Joe is also there, because I know how Conrad does an excellent job of conducting the stream, and they both have their different lines of questioning too that they like to get into. So it's like this. Who knows? Conrad might have started a phenomenon. I hope it continues. So it'd be cool to see some of you guys eventually get on there too. I know you're super like, oh no, woke zombie, but like, hey, you've won how many game jams? That would be awesome, just to talk about like how the process that you went through, all these other things like that. VVox too. I know she'd probably be like, "Oh no," about going on there too, but at least being seen, right? But yeah, that's another person, or Vox Machina. I keep going on and on here. So I said, keep at it, everyone. It's like, don't be surprised. It's like, only keep talking to me so much, and Max so much, and Half Dork so much. In terms of community showcasing, right? At one point, it just becomes your job. So you're just like how in the instance of like say Half Dork, he's just the guy that comes on. He's the guy that comes on and talks about Game Maker mostly. Oh the background. Yeah, I mean I have a background up. And for a while I had it blurred, but then I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun with all these other things. Like I was mentioning a little bit earlier, I am probably gonna be on camera more and more just because of professional consideration. I mean, this stream included, because as you're seeing it, it's like this isn't necessarily just a hobby stream anymore. We have sponsors, so got to up the game a little bit, in this Twitch space, especially going into this alpha. And because as we know, we're gonna meet some new friends. You know what I mean? And you can say like this last alpha, this is when we met Maddox, and I'm sure we're gonna meet some more new people. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hectic too. And yeah, like I was mentioning, I think I might, I'll for sure have like a day where I'm gonna be on camera. So I was thinking of making it Friday, just because it kind of, matches the F motif. And then And then other days it might just be like random times I might flip it on, you know. So yeah, getting that all set up, and then include because like today we kind of had to improvise on the technical end of the GMAE show, and Conrad did an outstanding job um, behind the scenes to kind of get myself, Maddox, our respective screen shares that we're gonna do all this done, and because he's very busy, so he got home and basically the whole hour-ish or so before the show he was kind of not frantically but very quickly getting all this done, and kind of exemplary of that professional production that I was talking about there. And so yeah, there's like a standard too that trying to help move along in the community. And so in that sense, like I say, being able to kind of be on camera a little bit more, I think will be fun. And my cartoon is going to get more elaborate too. My beer. So if it's not me on camera, it's going to be a more elaborate beer setup or both. Because ideally, what I'm thinking, and this has always been kind of my idea, is that to have the ability to do the actual face stuff, but then also have this cartoon that that accompanies it, and so I'll be able to eventually kind of make some more cartoons here and have them do fun shit, and that's also being worked on in the background here. I mean, I do obviously do a lot of Sandbox, but besides Sandbox, animation is something that really even really drew me to the Sandbox, because I knew that these assets are all going to need to be animated. The more fancier the animation, the better. That kind of stuff. And so I'm still doing 2D stuff in the background here. We find a new place, yeah. Well, I mean, I can understand that too. Like some setups aren't ideal, or some locations aren't ideal for like if you do have roommates that make a lot of noise or something. I can totally get that, or if you make a lot of noise and don't want to bug the roommates while you're on stream. Totally get that. So I mean, just like everyone who's here right now, and who plans on playing the alpha too, like how many of you like the parkour stuff, and how many of you just don't like it? Just kind of curious. They're terrible at it. Woke Zombie's cool with it. Somehow I think that's probably indicative of the numbers in that sense. I bet like there's a good like 50-50 on that. Just in general, like if Sandbox did a poll, it would probably come out like that too. Not that the poll, like this proverbial poll, is closed or anything. I'm just saying. I doubt that's the case. Yeah, just trying to get an idea too for things that we can do once the alpha's live. So obviously the content's gonna change a little bit on like everyone's stream. So did you guys just see that there? How like the window just like disappeared? Has that been happening to any of you too? Like I've noticed that Voxedit's been doing that from time to time. It just decides, I'm just gonna close this for you. I don't care what you're doing. Fuck you. It just closes. I don't know if it's just my setup or if that's a Voxedit bug. If I can isolate it, that'd be great. And so if one of you say, "Oh yeah, it's been happening to me," I'm like, okay, then it's Voxedit. Then I probably don't really have to do shit. I like how those emissive blocks are shimmering already. Well, the good thing is I'm still only at 162 faces. So I'm gonna probably making a handful of these kind of like, you know, things. I don't even know what to call them. And that's the point, because they can kind of blend into different stuff. They can look like roots. It can look like, you know, shadow. It can look like almost liquid, stuff like that. We'll see. What for you, especially, you should get something more powerful for your development, because the client relies heavily on the CPU, so it only matters so much the fancy video card, just because of how they have it coded. That may change in the future, but that's how it is right now. But if you are developing, it's using your GPU, and so in that sense, it's using both of them. So it's the like how I forgot it was about a week and a half ago. Joseph showed how the load on the CPU, it was really high for the game, and when you do the developing, it's pretty high on both. So you have your CPU's working quite a bit, and so is your video card. You kind of need both. So keep that in mind. Consider that beyond just speed running, beyond like whatever, and so because you're very much a developer too, and so these it's part of your tools, you know. Oh, even the game equipment. Okay, okay, that's cool. Well, hopefully you have a pretty sweet rig already then. I'm wondering if the game equipment's gonna help. Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, this is one of the things I did hear that Alex say, that their speed isn't. There's nothing that's gonna affect the rate of the player. Um, because of exactly what you just got done saying about like parkour races, certain jump puzzles, even like jump puzzles that have already been created by the Sandbox team. They won't work anymore, or in a sense the balance is thrown off because now a player can jump like, you know, X amount of blocks more. So that's something that probably won't be affected in this alpha, is the speed, um, in terms of the player's rate. But attacking, yeah, that's where speed comes in. So like the speed gem on an equipable, like a weapon or something like that, or what's it called, on a weapon or basically any equipment, should affect the rate of which you attack. So that's kind of where, you know, having a speed gem with a bunch of power is probably a good thing, um, because you should theoretically be able to do a little more damage per second. So as far as I know, only the Giant Slayer has the highest roll right now on damage. It's like the highest potential like damage one could do in the sandbox right now would be 89 points at a time. Um, that may change. We'll see if someone gets a god roll. You know what I mean? But from my understanding, there's going to be very few legendaries left. Like they're not going to do like Like what we saw with Blaze games, and even with the cars and the Sabres, isn't going to happen again. You're not going to see hundreds of them made like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like anyone, that's why. Besides just the fact that they're a sponsor, that's why I keep saying buy Blaze shit, because it's just the economy of the sandbox going forward. These legendary items are like, it's like distributor prices. Not even that, man. It's like 21 fucking sand on that, on a legendary blade. That's just crazy to do. And then the cars too, 100 sand for a legendary item. Period. Great deal. Because you're gonna see the legendary prices are gonna skyrocket. Like they already have. You already see new legendaries are in the thousands right now. Get used to that. I should truncate this fucking name though. I'm starting to say I should. There. Theoretically, yes. Oh, hey, Nate was on. Shit. How did I miss that you're on, Nate? This is bullshit. I'm fucking mad at myself. I missed goddamn Nate's stream, man. Fuck. Disappointed. Thanks for the raid. Definitely. Thank you for your presence here. Yeah, I totally didn't realize you're on, Nate. You know I like to catch your streams. Oh, thanks for the cheers, buddy. After me being so rude of missing your damn stream, it's super nice of you. So what did you have going on over there today? Were you playing games? Were you developing? Like I said, I didn't even see the alert, which was kind of surprising, you know. Oh, cool, Destiny 2. Yeah, I have at least one friend who I know digs that. Don't play it from time to time, but it seems like one of those that a lot of players do kind of jump in and out of, you know, which is kind of cool. Kind of like Warframe, you know, even on the free side of things. Let's see how it looks both sides. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. This is going to be interesting animating, I was just thinking. Oh wow, wicked. Okay. Well, yeah, that's, you know, good on you for helping out there, and you know, hope everything's okay with your mom. And you know, we'll be on for a little while here still. Don't worry. Like I said, we don't even know who's going on live today. You know, Cyber Phoenix was supposed to be on, you know, at 4 a.m. my time, and that happens like, you know, 2/3 of the, or 1/3 of the time it's supposed to so far. And even Half Dork yesterday, or yeah, it was like, no, I'm gonna do the riddle. It's just like, damn, dude, all right. Someone wants more land. Yeah, that's cool, Wicked. You know, do what you gotta do, buddy. Yeah, so we'll be here, hanging out, doing the thing. Hopefully the pharmacy isn't super far. If it's close, then yeah, we'll definitely be here hanging, you know? But yeah, doing the plurality thing. At least for a little bit longer here. And then we'll go, you know how I'm kind of, this is like how I was mentioning on GMAE too, how I like to do the two different styles. It's like, here's like fuck it style. and then here's conservative sandbox style. Yeah, that's one of the things that I can say that I probably do all the time on this. Is like, all right, we're gonna play by the rules here, and then we're gonna knock those fucking rules on their ass and run all of them with this one. Oh my god, wrong fucking block. Okay. Is this one I'm looking for? Boop. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it, I keep missing that thing. So, anyone building anything interesting yourselves? Anyone else doing Plurality? Any other things you want to chat about? Or are we just doing happy little trees today? Or you want me to rant about something? I don't know. Whatever. Gotta keep it entertaining some level. So I want to bring it into the maker again already, but no, just do a couple more things here. Oh yeah, Nate, I caught your clip, dude. I was a pretty fancy trick you got there, you know. Snake guy. It's fancy skateboarding. Not only does he have friends that do fancy boarding, so does he, you know. And reminded everyone of that with the latest jump. Maybe we'll have to show that here. He's like, "What, you sent me?" I said, "Yeah, I caught your clip of your skateboarding trick, your trick. It's pretty sweet." It's one of those things like how Nate's saying with the skateboarding styles. It's not like he's just necessarily a fan. It's like he's a skater too. So you have, you know, kind of like vision himself in that voxel model. Like, I'm gonna kick flip it this way. You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, but those who didn't catch it, it's a pretty big jump, you know. Oh man, I mean, I can only imagine, dude. Like, cause yeah, like, oh man, you know, I was never one to like to land from like high places, cause it's like that stinging shit that goes through your bones. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can only imagine what it is like on some of those moves, dude. Oh, ah. A friend of mine, Bo Manley, he's a professional motocross racer for a long time and doing stunts on the bikes. And yeah, he was telling me at one point how he's like fucked up from that. He's gotten better, but like how like when he was younger, he was on like the oh my god, I'm forgetting what it was. I'm forgetting the name of it now, but it was the Warp Tour. He was on the Warp Tour and they had him doing tricks on asphalt where they were going up these huge ramps and then landing him down on the blacktop, man. And he was saying like how he's looking back now, he's like, yeah, that fucked me up. Because it was like, it's like, I would not do that again. But, you know, when you're a kid, you're just like, woo, fuck it. So I'm kind of surprised Tony Hawk has been at it still. Dude, ouch. You know, Just like the higher flying, and then he's like flying super high, and then ouch, you know. That guy's significantly older than me, so you know what I mean. He was already a grown motherfucker when I was a kid, going, "Whoa, that's cool," you know. Well, until the cybernetic, come out, man. Like, there's already like these spring-loaded things for joints, dude. They're as good as robots. You know what I mean? Until we can just rely on, the quasi-robotic braces. It'd be great. Imagine that, like skating on these almost like cybernetic knee braces. I mean, your knees could be fine, right? But it's just there, just so you can specifically go higher and faster, and the pressure ain't on your knee, actual bones anymore. You know what I mean? I totally see that as some equipment into the future. It's not about like if you're injured or if you're older and a little wear and tear. It's just a matter of like going higher, faster. Because someone's gonna do it. And I'm like, oh shit, I can jump from 3 stories off a building on my skateboard now with this thing. I think they're gonna do it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we have no missives on this yet. Gotta get those missives. I'm gonna bring it into the game maker here pretty soon again. Nice. I don't know about everyone else, but I like glowing things, So I'm saying, even this original painting glowed. So making voxels glow. Like how I was showing yesterday with the NFT frame with the voxelized front. This image was done in that similar way of using the tool to voxelize it. And then, I'm adding stuff to it now. Alright. Handy tool. And quicker than Magica, This is for the Plurality game, Voxedit contest. You have the super abstract one. Got the painting that kind of fit the theme, and I kind of wanted to do this kind of experiment with this anyways. And was Clyde in here in that sense, and seemed a good time to give it a try. So, just kind of took pause there for a moment because outside some birds kind of seemed agitated, which doesn't necessarily happen all the time. That can be an indicator of things around here sometimes. Yeah, I want to, like, these, you know, you can see the outlines here. Let me turn this on so we can see the edges. Duh, man, I should just do that, right? I'm like, oh man, just change the color. Just turn the fucking edges on, dude. Duh. So, you know, how the painting itself here was meant to kind of be like in this like metamorphic kind of state, and it really did center around choice too, and so that's kind of where like in the painting you see like the different sort of black marks. They can look like a bunch of different things, like shadows, like water, like lightning, like trees, like roots, and so that was on purpose. And so, well, I'm going to voxelize them with the lower fidelity and blend the whole thing together with some motion. So I can't wait to do the motion part. That's just like, it's gonna be fun. It's like I was mentioning, I do like animation is one of my you know, a huge interest of mine. Yeah. I tend to be more conservative on it with, say, like Creator Fund items, just because of time constraints mostly. Animations can take a while. Kind of like I was talking on the GMAE show, that the attack dog, as you guys all know, this is the legacy of the attack dog. And that was fun that we got to talk about the legacy of the jet ski, you know, on there too. And you all got to bear witness to the birth. And you're going to be able to redeem that pretty soon, it sounds like. Because I really do think that the UGC is going to be coming like fast. I mean, like pretty fast. Like I think it's going to be faster than maybe we realize. So are all you ready for UGC? That's the next question. Are ya? Huh? Are you ready? Okay. Of course, as we get closer, if any of you here have any questions, you know, you'd like to ask concerning like prepping or minting or whatever, feel free. So I've went through that process at least once so far in terms of minting. Maybe probably more soon. And then just in terms of just like certain standards to look for, things like that. Ready for a nap. So is the fatigue kind of persisting a little still, look? So even for me with that cold I had recently, that was like the worst, almost the worst part of it. It was like I was over like kind of the really bad feeling part kind of quick. It was this lingering freaking fatigue, man. Oh, that just sucked. Yeah. I know it takes a little while. Okay, I think I'll have this on now. Let's save it. And start uploading this version. Check it out. That's good. Definitely happy to hear that it seems like the worst is behind you. All downhill from here. Just give me a second while I upload that, and then start up my game maker. Boot up the game maker, check it out. Just booting up game maker. Almost there. Let's go to modeling space. Oh. Looks trippy on that side. So I see the different lights. I wanted to kind of see what it looked like with the shadow side. Okay. What we do is I'll put two of them down, but look at it with the light differently here. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay. Bad angle. Oh my god, dude. Wow. This is just not spinning my way right now. Come on. Okay, wait. There we go. Alright. Okay, light shining on that side, not on that side. Okay, I'm liking the dimension that the voxels are starting to create. Alright. I keep looking at this ball. I can't wait for it to move. Alright. Definitely gives some ideas. Okay. Alright, I have to look and see how much time I have here, because I can see how this can get pretty elaborate. Okay, let's switch back to our Voxedit. Quit in the game maker. Why? Because midstream marbles time. Might as well get more tickets sent out while I'm starting to get the list ready to send tickets out, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this manually because we know Marbles right now does not want to think for us. It says you have to do the thinking on your own right now. That's okay, Marbles. We can do it. Of course, you know the drill. Feel free to vote on some maps here while I get everything set up. Actually, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Check out the maps. Put in a vote. Exclamation point vote. Space the number. Then we'll do some racing. Alright. We got Delta, we got Buckshot. Two very, very safe choices. Since we're doing the Delta, let's do the Raceway too, shall we? Alright, exclamation point play. I've got 4 racers so far. Give a few more moments. As we know, we don't necessarily wait as long midstream. Oh, carriage Ross. Always impeccably timed. But yeah, some of those, the voxel prize tickets are going to start going out here shortly. Been working on gathering that list together, and it seems at the rate that the sandbox is progressing, you'll probably be able to redeem those in not a whole hell of a lot longer. And especially with this pre-market release time in particular, there are probably going to be some bonuses, because obviously I'm going to be able to know, I know who most of you are here in that sense at this point. So yeah, there'll be some airdrops. I'll let you know. So, hey Archer Flu, welcome, just in time for midstream marbles. Which reminds me, I gotta also get my spots ready to keep track. Because Marbles is on strike right now and not doing math for us. But I think that changes tomorrow. If I read correctly, I did see somewhere that the new season for Marbles is starting the 20th here, so that'll be cool. Alright, we got 6. We're gonna race with 6. It's time to go. And we're off. This is the Delta, which is basically a big D. Got 3 laps. Hollow Hill's out front right now. Archflew, though, just overtook. Carrotron's not too far behind. Oh, a Noble making the move on the inside. Let's see what happens. Overtook Carrotros. Vox bringing up the rear. Vox said he was a little tired already, so just taking it easy this race, versus just waiting for the last lap. Hollow Hill first to the lap mark. Out in front with a decent lead. Archflew and I are chasing down though. Nearing the end of lap 2. Going into the final turn. Let's see how things might get shifted here. So far staying pretty stable going into this last lap. Oh hey, what? I made a huge burst out in front here. That's not cool. Hollow Hill still default first though in terms of the actual winner circle. Oh, but Archflew and Noble are making huge pushes into these final turns. Still haven't been able to take over. Oh, Archflew just takes the lead in general. Went to the last curve, now it's down to the leg race. Archflew. And then I guess technically it's me, but we're gonna do Hollow Hill and Noble. Make a note real quick. So yeah, I'm skipping over me, and since there's no official points given right now, I'm just doing it manually. But of course, our race winner still gets the ticket. And let's go to the next race. Buckshot. Smash point play. Let's get our names turned on, shall we? There we go. Alright, we got 5. Don't forget to exclamation point play if you want to get in on this race, which is really more of a target shoot, less than a race. Give it a go with 5 here. In a moment, now someone jumps in. While I check something real quick. Did we get 6 yet? No, not yet, but I'm still checking something real fast. Okay, not so much. Alright. Let's go ahead and start racing. Boop. And here we go. All 5 of us. I was pretty slow getting down this time. There we go. Woke and Arch flew. Here comes Woke. Arch flew and Carriage Cross, although, once again, doesn't really matter how fast you get down, as much as it does how accurate you are. Looks like Woke, Carriage Cross, and Arch Flew might be our first attempts on target, so we will see how that goes for them, shall we? Let's see. Getting close yet? Wow, this is kind of a slower one. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Woke Zombie and the leader. Oh, Arch Flew took it. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought Carriage Cross might have bounced in there. Arch Flew with the win. Again. Wow. Alright. That makes that part easy. That gives you 3 more points. And then I got second again somehow. Oh, Woke Zombie. Getting a couple points on the board. Carriage Cross. Getting a point on the board. Let's do this. Yeah, pretty much. We gotta do different. Well, it wouldn't matter, would it? Like, it'd have to be kind of worth a lot. Damn it, Marbles, hurry up and get back in order. This is bullshit. No treacherous maps this time, because I know we don't have as many players. So we don't have as many players, so everyone dies too easy on those other maps, you know. But exclamation point play, get on the last one. Still have a chance to get the Voxel prize ticket, even if might not have a very good shot at the Grand Prix. Trying to think of a different system maybe that we could do in these instances. This is probably gonna happen again at some point at Marbles, you know. But luckily, I think we only have to put up with it for another day. I think come tomorrow, we might be in a new season in Marbles here. So hopefully, they'll do the maths for us. That'd be great. All right, let's go ahead and hit it with these 5, shall we? Get back into some stuff. just in case our usual streamers actually stream as usual today. Although I do recall Red Panda over there at Cyber Phoenix Studios talking about some kind of announcement happening today for them. So hopefully that means they'll be around. There we go. I'm out in front for some reason. But it's still very early. There's 3 laps still to go. So it almost doesn't even matter. In that sense, let's see what I can run into. Okay, I can't run into trees. I can run into the stands. Can I run into the sign? I can run into the sign. So these are important things we have to ask sometimes when playing marbles. What can I run into with the camera? You know? Oh, hey, I can run into the road. About this sign. Nope, can't run into that sign. This rock? Nope, can't run into the rock. I'm still out front for some reason. This is still just the first lap though. What about these things? Can I run into that? Ooh, yep, sure can. What about the trucks? Nope, run right through the trucks. What about these stands? Nope, can't run into those stands either. Wow, for some reason I have this fucking lead. Oh, here comes Noble though. Thank you. I think Noble's gonna overtake it. Luke's got a shot. You never know in these curves. On lap 2 though, so there's still a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time. Significant amount of time. Can I run into these signs? Nope. What about this fence? Oh, I can run into that part of the fence. Part of that part. Hey, I'm out front. Fuck. The hell? It's not fair. So the real race is between Noble, Woke, and Archflew, you know? Well, we're gonna be heading into the final lap. This is where it really matters. And my marble has a tendency of choking at the end, like in situations like this. So we'll see. Somebody? Oh, there they are, Carrotros. I'm like, we're missing somebody. It's like, oh, there's Carrotros. I was pretty sure no one could fall off on this one. Hey, escape room artists, welcome. Just finishing up some midstream marbles here. The Archflew is almost certainly sealed up the Grand Prix for, but still trying to get that voxel prize ticket for each individual race. I don't count, obviously. That's some bullshit right there. I'm embarrassed, really. Oh, I should have checked if I can run into the blimp next time. I mean, let's see. Yeah, well, do I have time? Do I have time? Do I have time to run into the blimp and catch who's in there? Let's see. Nope, can't run into the blimp. I had to check. Had to check. Damn. For some reason, my marble just did not want to lose this. Archflew? What the fuck, dude? Like, it's just gonna take all the tickets. Alright, well that made that easy to calculate. So, I don't count. Oh my god. The only thing I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna hook up everyone who played on this one. You're all getting one of the tickets here, one of the voxel prize tickets. Alright, that just makes it easier. Archflew fucked it up for everyone, so everyone gets a prize. But yes, I'm stacking with another golden ticket too, Archflew. I'll be able to tell you pretty soon exactly how many are incoming to you. If you don't see it before the stream, anyways. But Keeper right now, I think might be in the lead for having the most of the prize tickets so far. But this doesn't work. It's kind of funny. Everyone's been discovering this on their stream. Like how Karatros, when it was pretty ironic too, because how Karatros just got his marbles on stream working, and then how this little complication comes up, and it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't tell you anything right now. And he's like, what? Oh yeah. So yeah, hopefully it's tomorrow. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what it said. So next season coming, 20th. And hopefully that 20th is the 20th by the time the stream starts. Okay, what did I put? Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, it's just the cross beams down. Fuck, that sucks. Okay. His life is no Karatros is feeling kind of nihilistic today. But in the end, everyone got a prize. So where's the moral end on that? Because you still got something out of it. You still got the prize out of it. So is that saying even though there's the end, the prize is still there? You know what I mean? Right now, well, I was just working on the pluralism entry, or plurality. That's it. Cause like I said, I remember because it reminds me of a Mortal Kombat finishing move. And now, like, I was going the opposite way before, where I was like, who cares about the nodes? I'm going to create controllers, all that stuff. And now we're going to take this stage, and we're going to economize the nodes. Because, for instance, I have a controller on the cross beams right now, so I can grab all these cross beams and move them like this. Okay, and so I'm going to make it so that's not going to happen anymore. For the point of conserving the nodes, it's that way. See the process of what happens there. Like, this is going to break instantly, and so I have to do this with all of these things. So, but ultimately, like, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make this kind of the default controller. And so, at least for now, because at one point I'll be able just to remove that, and then, I should be able to, at this stage, just rename it, and then just remove this one, and that'll be the new controller. But for now, it's gonna go in here and repair this a little bit, because as you see, it breaks it instantly, and then I have to go in and now reset all these fucking posts. It's not a fun thing to do. It's not an ideal thing to do. It's not what I wanted to do, but that's what I have to do. So, if I want to get this in as a sandbox item. And it's not that many beams, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and twist these, because some of them I'll twist to kind of get the more rounded look, you know? But yeah, working with a new sandbox team, new leads, and stuff like that, and so all of them have their little differences in terms of like what they like to see in some of these different creations. And just a little tip, while I was looking at there, I wanted to make sure that it was slightly behind this post to help avoid any kind of Z fighting potential. Especially where it's joining there at the top and bottom. I'm going to use this air guide to get me set. Alright, we should be good now. Alright, now I gotta do it again. And again, and again, and again. Yeah, Alpha 3 coming. We'll have to think of some fun kind of games and stuff to play in there together, in terms of like just kind of hang around, whatever. Because I mean, hide and seek's cool, but sometimes that could take for fucking ever. So maybe that might be something I'll take in consideration. Maybe our version is just timed, and whoever's left at the end of the time, gets the tickets. Well, whoever's been found, if they find someone else, gets the ticket. You know what I mean? Something like that. So that way we're not stuck for like fucking 2 hours playing hide and seek. Grown ass adults playing hide and seek in a virtual world. You know? But in this instance, it kind of would be for money, so it would make you kind of like a professional hide and seek player. Although it's not like money, it's NFTs and other items like that. So I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, there we go. And then now that this node is empty, just delete that motherfucker and continue. So what's going? Oh, okay, I gotta do it for that too. Fuck me, man. Okay. So what else? What else might happen? Let me see how this works. Okay. So it might end up happening is I might just end up turning this into one item, because right now it's 3. Yeah, I know. I'm a professional metaverse hide and seek player. I win prizes playing hide and seek in the metaverse. Oh man, this is actually a portable stage. This is 128 by 128, and but like I was mentioning, the overlords of Sandbox say it must be more efficient. So basically, they pretty much, like, in essence, it's almost like redo the whole thing. It's like, okay, fine, I'll get that. Yeah, but there's some tedium involved in this. Like I'm about to see again. Here we go. Tedium! Here it comes. There we go. Yeah, the theme request right now for items is music festival, and so we have making items that are music festival themed, and so not necessarily dioramas. Kind of like how we saw, let's say, like the recent Sandstorm competition where they wanted kind of like a music festival thing, but that was like how you have these bands playing. The whole thing was animated, etc. And so that's like a diorama. In this instance, they wanted more items that can be used by builders to make their own sort of festival scenes, and so that's kind of where this portable stage comes in, where it's really is like a stage that you would buy, which is kind of plain, a very simple carpeted kind of top kind of thing. And then you put like your dressing on, so like any other sort of rug or awnings or signs in the front, things like that. Just like I made a truss for the side, like a thing where you might mount lights, or curtains going from one place to another, stuff like that. So because as we know, we've heard on like the GMAE show and such, where the being able to stream media directly into the sandbox is going to be a thing too. And so and we heard how that type of thing might happen in this alpha. So like when we have projects like this, it kind of lends to idea a little bit, that we might see one of these performers, like, Steve Aoki or something, doing a live concert by the end of this, in the sandbox by the end of this alpha. You never know. And so I figured, in the very least, oh my god, this portable stage scenario gives an opportunity to kind of show how one, would economize the nodes, since it's such a hot topic these days. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going back, economizing nodes for a little bit. As you see, we got another empty one. Gotta delete that. Bam, and keep fucking going. Yeah, I mean, you would think, right? It just, that's not necessarily like, ooh, super intriguing to me, but at the same time, like, how if it was someone I actually liked, you know what I mean? If like Tool's on that motherfucker or something like that, I mean, I still would probably go hang out in the social hub and check that out. But then again, Tool is a visual experience in itself, so it's a whole ball of wax. It seems like people like the Fortnite ones, like how that's already happened in Fortnite, so it's not like they'd be like the first ones in this sort of, in the gaming arena. But Metaverse, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if you can do that in Decentraland yet, or if someone's doing something like that in Decentraland yet. Oops, did I just skip? I did just skip. I'm not really a big music fest kind of person though either, just personally. Gone to day festivals, but nothing like super huge in that sense of like how like days, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not like there was too many for the engine. It's more of like, because like it sounds really corny, but at the same time, like how the evolution of the Creator Fund is the in essence like how they want us to establish a certain standard, and so like how in terms of efficiency, they want to see it with as little nodes as possible. So like, I mean, I think like the untouched version of this item is like, I want to say like 60-ish nodes. It was like 60 nodes. I think that's what the actual number was. And they're saying like, let's see, do you think you can get this down to like 10? I'm like, probably not 10. No, but it's all realistic kind of prognostication here. Probably not 10. No, but I could probably get it down to like 20 or something like that. Maybe. Let's see. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6. Okay, not 20. It's gonna be like, it's probably gonna be half. It'll probably be like 30-ish, maybe. Because that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so maybe 26. So I might be able to get this down to like 26 nodes. And so yeah, that's the thing. So like I said, it wasn't that there's too many, quote unquote. It's more of like technically speaking, like they're trying to economize in that sense as part of this process, and kind of discovering in that sense too, because it technically passed its check. It is just the next higher up part in the sandbox basically asked like, or kind of said like, this try to get this done with as few as nodes as possible and see what happens. All right, give it a try. Oh, Wisconsin, they have like these week long. Oh God, that's just fucking frightening, dude. Week long. Especially if you just got done watching the Woodstock 99 documentary like I did. Oh man, that's just terrifying. I know. That's what yeah, I know Garrett Trust. And like how I was demonstrating before I broke this version, like how I was able to grab like all this, like the sides or all the feet, and just move them out. You know what I mean? There's all these other things that having these other controllers like helps. And or like how in terms of even like game logic, right? If because you know, hey, I'm not like an expert at C#, but I know how that shit goes, and I know it's easier to kind of say like every, you know, if how you said there's 60 nodes on here. If I wanted this to fall apart, it's easier for me to be able to control the sides from 4 different points, not every single one of these new little assets now. And so, theoretically speaking, it's not that difficult to think, okay, the Unity I know is capable of this, to take, say, this stage, and then have every single fucking voxel go in a complete different fucking direction. You know what I mean? Or it could take a side of it and make that just fall off, even with this model. You know, like whatever. So, yeah, you know. But at the same time, like I do understand the nuances of software where it's like, yeah, we don't really know why. Just don't put a number in this character spot, you know, because I know that comes up too, and so maybe this node thing works into that. I don't know, but either way, and like I said, it wasn't that there was too many. It was more like they want us to strive to be the artist, the sandbox people exemplify, or something. I forgot what it was, some fucking statement like that. You know how those corporate statements go. It's like, well, we are working for you. That's not like a huge stretch, you know. That's what I thought. I'm like, no matter what happens, they're still doing that. Like, technically, there's a bunch of people who want this job. It's just, you know, whatever the standard's going to be, everyone's going to follow that. You know, say 50,000 nodes in that motherfucker, people are going to do it. You know. Off pretty bad. The other one, it's okay. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's good. It's nice to have controller nodes for certain things. Yeah, and like I mentioned, like there's not going to be a team leader, in, you know, for your UGC stuff. So a lot of this stuff absolutely won't apply to like your own creations that you're going to release. They're gonna say your item may not be as efficient. It may cause lag and people's whatever if you don't use the fewest nodes. But like how like Karatros is saying, it's a static item, nothing moves. And now even Alex is saying that the nodes that don't move don't tax don't call up any action, so therefore it doesn't create the lag. And that's one of the things that's kind of obvious. I just, you know, like how oh my god, I think it was, I forgot whose game it was, the tower defense, but they had like a lot of animated grass, and that animated grass you can kind of tell was probably the main culprit of slowing things down. Or like how with my team's GMAE game jam entry, there was a mushroom asset that was created, and there was a bunch of them put in this one area, and that made things lag super bad. Um, but then once you shut off the animation, or if you only had a couple of them, problem solved. You know? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, this is the empty one. I'm like, what is this doing? Okay. Alright, well, I'm starting to get through this. Oh, is he fighting? Can't have that. a little bit there, but sometimes that's also just the render in Voxedit here, when you, because as you zoom out more, it's trying to show you the geometry. Like I noticed this on my bird, is that like how it was technically the same color, but it acted as if there was Z fighting there. If you know it's the same color, it's not going to be Z fighting. And in this instance, this shit isn't moving. So, so if it's like not gonna, if it's not doing anything like right here, it's not gonna do anything from far away in terms of Z fighting either. At least for that. Alright, next. But yeah, how to economize your nodes. Pretty fun, like stream content or like subject matter. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna probably not gonna stop do this rest of this on stream. So I might come back to it tomorrow, and you guys might see like where it ended up, or I'll just have like oh my god, the other legs to do something like that. But at least kind of seeing how, yeah, depending on how your hierarchy is, you're gonna have to replace some stuff. Like how I think some of you saw yesterday, how these posts all had a controller, and I was able to just yank those out and put them there, and they didn't break anything. But like I said, now I'm probably going to change that to just one asset for all those little sets, and that's how I'm going to solve that problem for the nodes there. Yeah, I don't know. I think this like node thing is kind of like a scapegoat. I think now I don't know anything. I've heard no rumors. This is completely me speculating for the sake of fucking entertainment and funny thoughts. It's almost like I get this feeling like there's a programmer somewhere in the sandbox saying, well, it's all the nodes problem why it lags so bad, and it totally fucking isn't. They just don't want to get caught because they're just not doing their job or something, you know? Like I said, that's not an official rumor of any kind. I've not heard anything to the sort to lead me to believe that's true. I'm just making shit up because, airtime, streaming. Better than saying nothing sometimes. Kind of funny to think. We have some sandbox programmer trying to pawn off their work because they're just like, I don't want to do that, Well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Must be the nodes problems. Oops, I did click off of that. I'm close. Alright. Ah. Gotta make sure it's not clipping outside of the post beam there, of course. So many beams. I think I have a new node to do. Let's see. Alright, there goes another one. Damn. Look at those nodes go. Check something real quick. So, did everyone catch that we got another Outer Studios drop coming next week too? The sci-fi panels. That's super exciting. I do have a game idea for those already. It's just, you know, for fun, demonstration purposes kind of thing. If a game jam ever comes up that it's ideal for, I will just repeat it and make a new one. So it's one way to get around that. Okay, let's see. So I'm pretty much gonna have to just expect that to happen every time. Got it. It's one thing that, you know, while I'm working on this tedious shit, it's one thing that's worth kind of like mentioning is that sometimes the commitment to do the tedious stuff is what separates certain quality too. So don't be afraid to do the repetitions. Might not be ideal, might not even be all that fun, but it will make a difference in terms of how your quality comes out. And that was one of the topics that we were discussing on GMAE. It's like what is quality in terms of matrix? I was thinking of voxel blazes stuff in terms of the marketplace, and like how I mentioned the Blaze Games stuff. It's a good example because they tend to include a lot of animations in their designs, and their designs tend to be really cool and just in general. And gives an example of higher value items in that sense of the marketplace, like the cars. There's a lot of function built into them and things like that. And then once the mounts actually work, it's like, oh man, this gonna be so cool. I look forward to the time when we look back on the sandbox and remember when there was no throw or catch, or there was no ranged attacks. You know, that's going to be kind of fun to kind of reminisce about some point. All of us here will be able to say that we were here during that time, because we are shrewd cryptocurrency kind of people. So, saw the potential in this metaverse thing, you know, etc. Alright, so we got yet another node down. Boom. Got 4 more to go. Not too bad. Yeah, gives an example how to economize your nodes. Yeah, I think the lowest I'm gonna be able to get this one is to like that 26 number or whatever it was. Let's do some more marbles while I figure out who's gonna be online today in the morning. I feel fairly confident that the Half Dork will rock it today. Alright, got the map list turning. Feel free to start voting on the map you might want to see right now. Of course, I'll pick them if we don't get any votes. All good. I gotta come up with an on-the-fly sort of system for what happens in between marbles the seasons. We have to count for ourselves. Well, I haven't seen anything to indicate that Seraphinx isn't going live, but that hasn't always been a good indicator now, has it? No votes yet, huh? I'll start picking pretty soon here. Let's do taking flight. Twisting tumble. There was a question that Conrad asked me in terms of not getting burned out, and it was a pretty good question, and I did reflect on a moment there, and I have to admit this whole Sandbox experience is pretty unique because, like, especially once I applied for the Creator Fund, and they're like, hey, let's try you out, and like I was done with the tryout. It was like it was weird. There was like this part of me that was kind of like almost bummed that I didn't have this like assignment, and that's something that I really just hadn't really recalled to that level until that time. And so when they're like, yeah, come on board, it was pretty relieving, and it's like that feeling really hasn't gone away. It's like, well, I'm just sitting here, you know, like there's these. It's just like, oh, I can make that thing, or what about this as a voxel, or that as a voxel. It just kind of happens, and I said it's kind of unexpected for me. I've been into arts for a while and everything, and there is just that creative streak, but it's like, oh, sorry, Doubleck, I already selected some maps. But keep that in mind for the next stream. Get number 5 in there, and hopefully marbles will actually count for us. That'll be great. We got 4 racers so far. I noticed that today's kind of like relatively kind of like calm in the sense that like there is less streamers, there's less people watching. I don't know why that is, but it does seem a little more like smaller groups today in general. Give it a little more time. But also worth mentioning, yeah. Well, sometimes, because today it's relatively small crowd, but sometimes we have a fair crowd here. It's just maybe it's just the fact that it's Friday. People got other things to do right now too for the weekend. I don't know. All good. Not worried about it. I'm kind of surprised how many views are in the VODs too. I was looking at some of the stuff and I'm just like, wow, I didn't realize how many people went back and watched these things. That's kind of cool. So, if you don't mind getting this race going with just us four, let's do it. Why not? That pretty much guarantees, once again, everyone on that's playing right now, you just got yourself a ticket, you know? Voxel prize ticket just for playing. That's probably what's going to happen in the alpha too. Because like I said, I'm probably not going to want to do like 2-hour long hide and seeks. It's going to be timed, 15 minutes. Everyone's still not found. If whoever's not found wins. Whoever is found, help find, win. So it'll be cool. Yeah, I saw Star Phoenix win live, so we'll rate over there. As you know, as we all know, there's a little bit of a wait time there. Then there's Wordle. Then there's everything else. So we'll get there shortly. For now, I'll zip through the clouds. Zipping through the clouds. Let me see what I can run into. Can I run into the gate? Nope, can't run into the gate. Can I run into this? Nope, can't run into that. Can I run into the tower? Nope, can't run into the tower. Damn. What about these guys? Nope, can't run into those guys. Hey, Noble. First down. Carrot Charles. Escaper Morris and I are kind of stuck in the terminal. There we go. Where the hell are we going? Okay, it's just off to the side. It looked like we're going way off the rails there. Boing. So far, Noble has a shot at the stream record. Come escape from artist. Getting down to the last twists and turns here. Write everyone's name down while we're doing this. Caratrus, Escape from Artist, Noble, as it should be, right? Alright, let's go on to the next one. We got Twisting Tumble. You try to watch but still too slow, huh? Well, there's supposed to be some kind of announcement today. Hopefully it'll be a little more interesting. And then, like I was mentioning, once next week, come Wednesday, everyone's content is going to change. So it should pick up in the sense that means that there's going to be more playing in the sandbox, more contests in the sandbox, things like that. And while we're waiting here, worth mentioning, that there is a new phishing scam going on right now. So be careful. There's bullshit emails going out as a sandbox. There's just an announcement of that in the Discord too, which kind of reminded me to remind everyone. Just like I'm going to remind Caratros, get in here, Caratros. Yeah. I'll spray and collect those tickets without you. There we go. Hey, there's Maxie too. Great. Welcome, Maxie. Getting some marbles in for Raiden. Yeah, it goes. Hey, that's good. I'm glad you got rest, man. Yeah, and definitely Red Panda's definitely getting back into his rhythm. Switch time for a little bit and switching back. Like I said, it took me a good week to get my schedule back on. It was a pain in the ass, man. Alright, it's race to 5. Beep. Vox Machina with our fastest time on this one. 57 seconds. That's a quick race. I think all these are pretty fast this time, though. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun being on that stream. Like how I was mentioning, I think that a lot of you here are destined for appearance at some point on there too, because I think Conrad's idea of showcasing community builders is a great one. And like I say, you can only showcase people so long. Well, I remember that one now. We're Voxedit. Before they're just the person who does that. Like how I said, if you keep bringing Half Dork on, he's the guy who talks to Game Maker. You know what I mean? So you do kind of eventually have to just keep bringing new people on. Ooh, here we go. Escape from Artist gets the win. God, Noble. Oh wait, alright, I had you there. Okay, good news. 3 points. Okay, then Noble gets 2 points. Carriage Trust 1. We actually have ourselves a decent Grand Prix here. You know, goes to show you don't necessarily need a bunch of marbles. Alright, exclamation point play. And I know a lot of you were also happy to see that I was on camera today or yesterday for the GMAE, or today or whatever, I guess. Like I was mentioning, I do plan on having the camera on pretty soon for the streams here. So gotta up the ante a bit. I think we got our 5. Stall for a slight more second just in case, but I'm almost certain that it's going to be just us. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see who survives this one. Escape from Mars out front. Ooh, Noble almost went off there. Close one. Okay, Panoris got a pretty good lead. Let's see how it goes. I think the different tracks make a big difference on this. Well, Escape Morris in contention for fastest time. But, well, let's see. Uh-oh, Caratros and I are starting to catch up here. Caratros now up in front. Oh, man. Escape Morris got stuck at the paddle. Got Caratros Maxi out front. Alright, here we go. This is the tough part. This is the part where people fall off. Oh, yep, there goes Maxi and Caratros. I'm making my way through there. Apparently, I have pretty good odds on this map. I might even beat my own fastest time. Oh, there goes Escape Mars. Oh, I got knocked backwards. Wow, that's trippy. Noble? Let's see if Noble will finish. Noble finish. Noble's another one. I'm curious to see how many tickets you have and all said and done here, because I know you have a lot of wins. You didn't pick this map, yeah, that's true. Alright, I think by default, let's go on to Noble. Okay, so we got... Oh, wow. Okay, so Noble, technically you win the Grand Prix with oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Holy shit. Wow, no, this is okay, you win with 5 points. Oh wait, okay, okay, Escape Room Artist, Noble, you guys are tied. Caratros in second. So let me just do this. I'm gonna go ahead. Usually when people tie, I don't do tiebreakers. I'm just like, all right, you guys get the golden tickets too. So Escape Room Artist, Noble, you guys got yourself a golden ticket too. Like I said, I'm working on the list here again. Those out shortly. So have the NFTs there, verify your winnings, and will eventually be used for cool things. The golden tickets you won't have to actually like send in or exchange. The voxel prize ones will probably have to come back to me, but that's okay. Whatever, all good. So let's get this raid going. Help Red Panda wake up. Figure out his Wordle issue. And then, get into some sandbox, more sandboxing. And then, of course, gonna be hanging out till half dork, all that cool stuff. Hey, Kingston dude, welcome. Just ending right now, but we're back tomorrow. We're gonna head over to Cyber Phoenix Studios. They promised some kind of news today. Hopefully, it'll be alpha related, which I don't doubt. So I'm pretty sure they're in it. So maybe that might be. We might get a little more insight into what they might be contributing. So, alright everyone, thanks for hanging out today again. Always a pleasure, always honor, always fun times. And we'll be back at it shortly. So let's go hang out and chat up over there with Cyber Phoenix for now. Thanks again. See you next time.
Well, that worked out. Put me on my toes this morning. Dude, no. What I was saying, OG Shakespeare already rating me. My guy. What's up, OG? Dude, this guy, Pixenvox, has been streaming for 8.5 hours. OG Shakespeare's the man. The escape room artist, how we doing? Carrot Shaw's the homie. With the people in this community, that could end up very, very, very hilarious. Very hilarious. Little Legion, I'm only on for an hour, dog. Get dinner after, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
8.5 hours. 8.5 hours? That is bananas. Alright, let's get on Wordle. Because we got Friday morning Weddle, right, Kyle? I was thinking agree right away. Dude, that's crazy. Legit, like crazy.